Neal Brownell, the crazy inventor, that I was going to be dealing with a bunch of con artists. I study con games, ran their scam anyway, and they destroyed these kids. I told them that I was going to go out and I was going to expose every political and every corporate con game that I could possibly find. The people at the highest offices are running these con games. Those kids wouldn't have lost their...
Mr. Brownell, would you like to join us?
Neal Brownell, the crazy inventor. I gave a few speeches last year on things that I call con games. And I wanted to come back tonight and tell you why I was doing that. This story has everything to do with our kids. A while back, I attended a business meeting where I knew going in that I was going to be dealing with a bunch of con artists. Well, I study con games, so I thought it would be a lot of fun to go in and just kind of mess around with them. Well, after I got in there and they realized that they weren't going to be able to pull anything over my head, because if you know the game, then you don't fall for anything. And at that point, they realized that they needed to give me something that was real. And this is the part that I want everybody in the world to hear. These guys actually said to me, "We had a young couple in here a while back. This young couple came in and told us that they could not afford to buy anything. But we got them to buy anyway, and we had to foreclose on them. So now we have a deal for you." Well, instantaneously, I was furious. These kids went in telling them that they couldn't afford. They ran their scam anyway, and they destroyed these kids' credit rating. And the only reason that they fell for it is because they didn't know how the game was run. So right then and there, I told them that I was going to go out and I was going to expose every political and every corporate con game that I could possibly find. And the reason that I'm coming in front of you is not because I think any one of you are running a con game. Because in my opinion, not one of you and not one of you across the nation is running these con games knowingly. But the people at the highest offices are running these con games. And the only way our kids and anybody else can protect themselves is by knowing how that con game is run. Most of them are unbelievably simple, really simple. But at the same time, I will be coming back from time to time. You can accept what I say. You don't have to. But I don't have to, again, be upset because I didn't open my mouth and those kids wouldn't have lost their credit rating and possibly destroyed their entire life before they even got it started. Thank you so very much to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brown.
Neal Brownell, the crazy inventor. The only reason people fall for cons is because they don't know how they're run. So I'm going to expose them, and I'm exposing the very first con that has ever run on anybody, and the things that pile up because of that con, bad marriages and relationships and not talking good to yourself and treating yourself poorly and so on and so forth. Well, once you know the con, you'll start to see through it. And at that point, you'll be able to move on and live a magnificent life once you get past their con game. Neal Brownell, the crazy inventor. Thank you.
The doorway to a lifetime of freedom. Free Freedom Book Bundle helps you easily change the way you see yourself. Now you can easily become the person you have always wanted to be. Just click the link below to get started.